Yes, Fate Zero had the most devastating ending in all of anime, but why? We are about to get into heavy spoilers for this prequel anime to the Fate series. Fate Zero was an incredible show. The pacing, the animation, the voice acting, but when the Holy Grail itself appeared to those that would fight to the death for it, the mayhem that ensued left me sick to my stomach. Not only did Kiritsugu give up his family and destroy the Grail, but it turns out that the Grail was corrupted the whole time. Apparently, we learn in the Fate series that the Grail can only grant people a wish through some sort of destruction. So even if Kiritsugu's wish was to heal everyone, the Grail could only use what he knew in order to make his dream a reality. Well, Kiritsugu only knew how to kill people, not save them. Thus, he commanded Saber to eventually destroy it. I'm not gonna lie, but that ending made me depressed. Kiritsugu had worked so hard through his entire life killing everybody, but his miracle could actually never come to fruition. What's worse is that he ends up allowing his wife to die, and his child is locked away from him forever. He kind of makes up for it by being an adoptive father, but I have to say that it made me super sad when he gave up his wish. I mean, he obviously does not want to kill the entirety of the earth in order to achieve his goal of protecting his family, but sacrificing his family just so that he does not have to kill 6 billion people is pretty insane too. It's also terrible because at the beginning, he could have just ran away with his family and lived peacefully wherever he wanted. It was unfortunate that he was operating under a false premise, but I guess he could not have known exactly what the Grail would do. Gilgamesh, on the other hand, gets his wish granted to become incarnated rather than remain a spirit, and Kide Kotomine gets to be healed, possibly become an immortal being. Ryder's death was foreshadowed, and I really did love Gilgamesh's fight with him. It was so epic with all of the army rushing toward him. He didn't even flinch though when he whipped out that nullification eraser sword thing, and he also stopped Ryder in his tracks with random chains, which was pretty cool, I have to admit. I could appreciate the legendary ambiance of the entire fight with all of the people. Kiritsugu and Kotomine swapping hands and battling, Ryder versus Gilgamesh, and Saber putting down the mad dog who turned out to be her former knight, Sir Lancelot. This show was simply amazing when it came to the fights. Kiritsugu carefully using his origin rounds even all the way back when he fought that Cainith dude, deceiving his opponent to think that he had nothing but normal bullets. It was an impressive tactical showing, especially with the flawless animation backing it up. A truly disappointing moment in the anime, though, was when Lancer was forced to unalive himself, but him losing his bravado and honorable demeanor was definitely a surprising and, I will say, intriguing development. Dude, why did this show have to absolutely wreck our emotions with Karia Matou literally fighting to reunite his niece with his other niece and sister-in-law? Like, how are you going to make him wither in utter pain and agony, frame him for his brother's murder in front of his one and only true love, and then have the audacity to say that Sakura didn't even want to be saved at the end? It's like all of these characters gave up their entire lives for essentially nothing. It's so sickening to see a show rob you of any sense of hope. When I think about fantastic anime that are at the top of the recommendation list, I don't know where I would put Fate Zero. Sure, it is objectively high quality. All of the physical elements that you can put into an anime are there, and they are superb. However, the story just takes a huge dump on everything that brings people hope or joy. Maybe there is a redemption that comes later in the Fate series, and I'll have to check that out. But man, this show was so difficult to watch. The ending was truly heart-wrenching.